I'm here as their cheerleader today.
And you're the best, Whitney. I think we've worked together. Is it 2.5?
2.5, yeah.
Two
Yeah,
years?
this year will be 3 years, like in October, I think.
I'll get you something nice for our anniversary for
Thank
sure.
you, thank you. I expect it.
Right, you'll
Appreciate
have to
it.
teach me about that. So, and Ray from Canopy Connect. Hey Ray.
Hey, yeah, I'm Ray. I'm the head of marketing here at Canopy Connect. Been here about 2 years with the company. The company itself is about 4 years and change, 4 official years, I think. And there's always tinkering time when we were getting started. So, yeah, based out of Phoenix, Arizona, and enjoying the ride here.
Love it. Ray is another startup guy, a man after my own heart. So, and I'm Tucker. If we haven't met yet, I'm our head of sales here at InsuredMine. I've been at InsuredMine for over 3 years now, which seems crazy. In startup years, it's like dog years. That's like 20 something. So, but super excited to chat today. This is an integration that I actually pushed for last year and got the developers together to build it. So today we've got a brief agenda, but feel free to pop in the chat at any time, ask any questions. We're happy to kind of, go off script if you have anything you want to talk through. So we already introduced our fantastic speakers. I'll have everybody kind of go through their own particular company and who they are in a little bit more depth before we hop into the software. And we will roll from there. So if you're not familiar with InsuredMine already, we are branded as a CRM company. So we're going to help you with your pipeline automation, your pipeline management. We have our own e-signature tool. It's a full kind of sales platform in that regard. We do the engagement side, marketing automation, Google reviews, NPS scores. We also offer analytics and mobile apps around that. So we integrate to just about every agency management system today. We integrate with cool companies like Canopy Connect, your rating system, and work with 14 of the top 50 agencies in the country. So being adopted pretty widely here. So of course, would love to have you check us out or let us know how we can help you if you're already working with us. Ray, I'll let you talk a little bit about Canopy Connect here.
Yeah, so quick overview on Canopy Connect. We are a insurance data intake platform. What that means is we just make it super easy to collect all the prospect insurance information that you need in order to generate that quote. So, when you think about the different ways you can collect insurance information, right? There's like the long quote form, or you can have a short quote form and maybe follow it up with some other way of getting that information. And that might be another long form, which a lot of people send to, or maybe having that, like I call it the phone interrogation, where you sit them down for 30 minutes and just pepper them with a bunch of questions. And the problem there is, usually the insured probably doesn't know a lot of the information that that is being asked of them. And like if you are not getting accurate and the correct information, like that's not particularly helpful for anyone. Like you get a sense of like what they need and all that stuff. The interesting thing here with Canopy Connect is we do it a little bit differently. So we send your Canopy Connect link to a prospect. They find their carrier, they sign in with their carrier credentials, and we're able to pull all that information, all that policy information, and then enrich it as well into Canopy Connect. And it's all there, it's all structured data, and we're able to send that forward now into InsuredMine, which we'll get into how that actually works. But that whole process ends up taking less than 30 seconds, actually, from the time that the client hits submit on their credentials. Like we average get it in 5.6 seconds. So super fast, super easy process, and really the fastest way to collect that insurance information.
Love it. Yeah, I think Canopy Connect changed the game here a little bit. There's some competitors trying to do what they do, but not as successfully, from my opinion. So, Ray, before I talk through, or let Whitney talk through kind of Stallings, and there isn't two Whitneys here. That's actually Melissa Stalling who's logged in. if you're looking at the screen. Hey, Missy. Ray, what's the benefit of having a connected Canopy Connect to a CRM? What are you seeing in the market?
Yeah, so I think for one, right, you can build the link into what you're doing, sending out your emails. Right now, you can do it in sequences and whatever you're doing to kind of improve that process, right, when an inbound lead comes in, or you can use it from a marketing perspective. With the data coming back and then being able to push straight into a CRM like InsuredMine, then you're looking more so at just that data flowing in faster, having the right information. So now you can do, an apples to apples type quote, because you can then push it to wherever you need it to go. Once it's in your CRM, apples to apples quote, or you can do apples to oranges if you're not an apples kind of guy. which is fine, right? Like, but you're able to take that information in, and now you can really position yourself as a trusted advisor, right? You can be that expert that you see all the information, which is all verified from the carrier, and you're able to kind of position against it or advise them, hey, you've got a 5% wind and hail deductible. I don't know if I don't know if that's something you want. I don't know if you want to be paying $20,000 when a window breaks. Things like that, and just knowing that for a fact, whereas, other times you're guessing, or you're kind of shooting in the dark if you don't have the right information. So that, just the speed though of getting that information between the systems is huge. No data entry, right? No fat fingering of a VIN number, anything like that.
Yeah, I'm hearing a couple things from you. Speed and efficiency, I think, is the biggest thing that you're going to find here. One, with Canopy Connect, you're not spending 30 minutes to an hour gathering information manually. And then when you actually put that into a CRM, your workflows, your automations, your sharing of data between that data you've collected from Canopy Connect and the other systems you use is facilitated a much easier way. And Ray, on average, if and you may not, how many times are people using this on average per month across your customers?
Yeah, I mean, that kind of varies. We've got over 10,000 people using our agents using our platform. So, like, the number would be large. I don't have it offhand, but one question that I think that gets asked a lot is like, okay, realistically, how often are people filling out the link when you send it out, right?
Yep.
And what we see is it totally varies based on the use case. And when we're looking at, like, someone actually requested a quote and you're following up with them, like, the response rate is pretty good. We're looking at 70, 80, 90% on that sort of response to that as a method of intaking. Now we are in the quote process and we're talking. Right, there's always going to be, I don't have my account, I don't know my account, I don't know my password and things like that, and we've taken steps to mitigate that. Like, we have a forgot your password link right on our platform that deep links you into the carrier's password reset. We've got they can create an account if they want. And then pretty soon, letting the cat out of the bag here, pretty soon we're going to enable document uploads and additional form functionality. So there's going to be a plethora of ways for people to upload information and get information into our system.
Love it. Love it. Yeah. Again, I think just if you think about the insurance life cycle, and selling insurance, how many times you do duplicate entry or may put the same information into multiple systems, or the time you're spending gathering information, how many times you do that a month. I think as we go through things today and you think about your process, the value is totally immense here. So
Yeah.
How are we getting prospect data in seconds without the prospect's input? Right?
Yeah, so we are getting the prospect's input. So what we're doing is, or what the agent would be doing, is sending out their custom Canopy Connect link, and their prospect is prompted to find their current insurance carrier, sign in, And through doing that process, they're also authorizing sharing that information. So this is coming directly from the carrier as fast as humanly possible, right? This is faster than being able to like go in yourself and like go into your insurance portal and trying to go find where the heck your deck page is. I've done that before. When I first joined the company, I was with a big online insurer, and I went through that process just to see what a pain it is. And like they just bury the documents, and you still, like let's be honest, like most people don't know if even if you set them out on a course to go find their deck page, they wouldn't know what a deck page is until you explain it to them, and they go, oh, okay. And then they have to go find it, and then they're going to email you their little, auto insurance card, which isn't going to be helpful. So, yeah.
Another question for you, Brian at Houchins here. I comprehend that Canopy Connect is primarily geared toward personal lines. His question is basically, how are you taking steps toward commercial?
Yeah, so we are pretty well established in the personal line side. We've covered 95% of auto and 90% of home. On the commercial side, we cover about 56% of the market. Yes, mostly small commercial because it does require that the prospect or user have a login to their system. So if you're writing through larger MGAs, or just like a lot of agencies don't, or a lot of prospects don't have direct access to their policies, commercial policies, then less useful, I guess, on that front. But we're taking strides to make improvements to that. Right now, we're covering about 56% of the multi-peril market on commercial.
56%, but who's counting? All right. Great questions. Love it that everybody's engaged here. Let's keep it rolling. So Whitni is a part of Stallings Insurance, obviously a female powerhouse here. So Whitni, do you want to just talk about a little bit about the agency, how you stumbled upon both InsuredMine and Canopy Connect, and then we can kind of get into product from there?
Yeah. Well, first off, both of these products are amazing. If you're not using either, you should have both. But our agency, we are definitely bigger in the personal lines department. So we're probably about 90, 95 personal lines, and then about 5% commercial lines. About a $7 million book of business. Our agency, yes, all female, not that we discriminate. Always got to throw that in there. And I've been our agency manager for a few years now, but I've been with the agency for a little over 6 years. And I feel like we really developed our tech stack probably over the last 3 to 4 years. Although Missy started the agency very innovative, always been paperless, things like that. So some agencies are definitely on the high end on their tech staff, but I feel like some are still really behind in the tech world and the tools we use in insurance. So these two tools, InsuredMine and Canopy Connect, are amazing tools. Not only are they efficient in our workflow and helping us prospect and get those leads quicker, faster, keep them, but just overall, especially now that they are integrated together, even 1, 2, 3 less steps that we're taking to get our prospects information, and again, just keeping those hot so we can stay on top of them. But yeah, that's just a quick rundown of us. Just kind of piggyback, I guess, onto the products. I saw some questions in there, and I actually wanted to redo Canopy Connect for myself. I pulled my information before, way back when we got it. But I did again right before this meeting today because I was like, let me refresh myself on how quick it is, how easy it is through InsuredMine. So I actually sent the link from InsuredMine, our portal, from my account, my personal account, sent the Canopy Connect link, and it took maybe 10 seconds, actually a little longer because I forgot my auto owner's login, but that's on my side. But I mean, maybe 10 seconds, put it through, and it pulled up my policies right in InsuredMine. So I didn't have to open up a new tab for Canopy Connect. I didn't have to do any extra steps except text the link to myself log in as a personal insured, and then it popped over into InsuredMine. So you can see my current policies. Now, of course, I'm an insured with our agency, so it's already there. But if they were not, and it was a new lead, we would have that information in the deal card in the account to be able to access it and just review their current policies on hand. We typically don't have really any issues with our insureds not being able to go through Canopy Connect because, like they said, it was, what is it, over 90% of the personal lines you're connected with. So if anything, it might be because the insured doesn't know their information, and that's okay. You know, that's gonna be a roadblock for any situation, but yeah, I could keep on rambling, so I'm going to stop for a second and see if y'all have any questions, or Tucker, you want to ask any for me?
Great stuff there from my side. We do have one question. In an automation, do you have a best practices template which works best with gaining the prospect's trust on clicking an unfamiliar link? So Whitney or Ray, any
Yeah.
thoughts on that?
We have not had any issues with insureds not wanting to do it. We definitely let them know it's secure, that it's quick and easy. And I mean, I think in 2024, people really aren't scared to do that anymore because we're on our phones 24/7 anyway. They're probably clicking links they shouldn't be. So I think if we advise them, like, hey, if you just log in, you're just logging into your current carrier. You're doing that anyway. So we have never had any issues with insureds voicing that they think it's unsafe.
So Whitney, you just preface that the link is coming. You
Yep.
talk to them about it. You
Yep.
say, I'm going to fire out a link. You're going to receive it. Fill that out. It's not
Yep.
just a random link that goes out.
Right, for sure. Yeah, we definitely preface it. We also do use it as templates in our automation. So I'll kind of break down a few ways we use both tools. So a huge part of Canopy Connect is through our service team, our account managers. When they generate an opportunity, when they're servicing a call and they ask for opportunity and an agent's not available, hey, I'm going to send you over this link, aka Canopy Connect. You're going to log into your current carrier, fill that out, takes about 30 seconds. We'll get copies of your policies and we're going to work on XYZ quote for you. I'm going to send that over to this agent and they'll get back to you, you know, today at whatever time. Or if it's a current lead that we already have like open and hot in the pipeline in InsuredMine for one of our producers, and say they haven't filled out the link yet, we have automation going reminding them to fill it out. So we have texts and emails that have the Canopy Connect link saying, hey, we haven't got your link completed yet. Here's a reminder. So we use it on both sides. And now that it's integrated, we have the deal card open and we're on the phone with them. We can just send it straight through there. And again, one less click to open up a new tab, open up a new link, and all that.
Yeah, and if you have a live lead on the phone and like best practices, like don't let it go until right. You can, like, Canopy Connect works so quickly that like one of the templates or one of the kind of talk tracks that we train on is like you keep them on the phone, you say, hey, are you on your cell phone? Great, I'm going to send you a text.
Yes.
Right. Go click on that, and then you can like walk them through it, because the steps are go find your carrier and sign in, right? And you can kind of talk them through it. Like you can't talk them through getting it some other way, right? So
and you have your screen open and see, oh, I see you completed it. I got it right here. Thanks.
Right. And then you can turn around and then go into whatever your next step is on advising them. That's been, and then as far as templates and sort of best practice, like we find it's best when you just keep it simple, right? This is just the way we do business, and this is how we collect insurance information. Like, to be honest, the prospect probably hasn't shopped for insurance in 1, 2, 3 years, right? So it just kind of positions you more so as like, hey, I'm a modern agency, we're able to do this. This is just kind of how things are done at modern agencies, right? And that helps you position yourself as their old agent didn't use anything like this because maybe it didn't exist back then, but you're lending yourself some credibility by just being kind of a tech forward type of agency, which I think a lot of people like. Yeah.
personally there, I would say, hey, I can either spend an hour on the phone with you asking you question by question, or you can spend 30 seconds plugging in your
Yeah.
insurance login.
Problem is you might end up having to spend that hour if they take the option.
This is the world of insurance that we live in. We have to try to make it as smooth as possible. We had a question from Reza around the accuracy of prospect data. Can you explain how you collect the prospect information? So really, Canopy Connect is using a carrier API. You're logging in with your State Farm or your Nationwide or whatever it may be, and then they're pulling the data down from the carrier.
Right. Yeah. So it's direct from carrier. It's, you know, unless they updated it earlier in the day, right? It's for the most part going to be up to date.
The only thing, and Ray, you can talk on why this is because I don't know for sure. The only thing is we do advise our insureds, hey, don't forget to do your date of birth and driver's license. If we don't get that on the phone, because that is something, that's the only thing they have to manually input. And I'm sure that's for security reasons or something. I know our carriers X out that info and stuff.
So different carriers, some carriers pull it back and some do not. So we've put that screen at the end of the flow just to either confirm it or to enter it, right? So you can add additional drivers, that sort of stuff. And yeah, I don't know exactly what percentage of our carriers pull that back, but a good amount do, but a lot don't, just because it's dependent on the data that's available kind of through their carrier portal.
Whitney, do you want me to show the magic? Did you want to show it? I'm happy to do it if you want.
It doesn't matter. I have my InsuredMine like personal account open in there, and then my Canopy Connect I just pulled, so I'm happy to just show those real quick if you want.
Hey, people would much rather hear from you than me, I think.
Okay. Well, and I'll just preface that I'm not as much of an expert as our team because I'm not in them as much. But I'm pretty tech savvy, so I always try to stay on it. But I'm just not in at least Canopy Connect as often as our team. But they're all on here, so they'll chime in and chat me if I'm wrong. But yes, I will share my screen. Let me share it.
While you're doing that, Whitney, does it get home rating info like protection classes, etc., besides just the limits and deductibles, Ray?
Yeah, so we pull down limits, deductibles, the different endorsements you'll be able to see. And then we also do an extra step of doing a property data enrichment. So we'll pull in like square footage, building material, whether it has an attic or fireplace or basement, and valuation. So there's all that sort of enriched data as well. I hope that answers Greg's question.
And then I can just kind of just show y'all really quick. So this is lovely InsuredMine. This is my personal account here in InsuredMine. So in the account, they have the nice new pretty Canopy Connect integration right here. So you would just hit add. You would send whichever Canopy Connect link you'd like. So all of our team has their own. That's also a great way for them to track, pull up their own links that they send. And then of course you can just, send it as email or text. I just did a quick text to myself, and they should get it. And then I don't have it here anymore because I already went through, but it would show submitted. I can't remember the words. You have to tell me, Tucker. It shows 3 different steps, right? Whether they've opened it, delivered, and things like that. So you'll see actually right here if they've opened it, and then once they complete it, that information will pop up there for their policies, but it's a little more in depth here in Canopy Connect. So it pulled my personal home and auto here over in Canopy Connect in the submissions. So you can actually see my policy, my coverages, even property information, as well as my vehicle information. So it pulls VIN numbers, which is really nice because nobody knows their VIN number off the top of their head. And if they do, that's amazing. Policy period. That's something we really look at too. Not everyone knows their actual expiration date. If you're looking at a renewal, it pulls the exact premium, their coverages. Again, The only thing it sometimes misses is that date of birth and age, or that date of birth and driver's license number. As you can see, I just clicked through because I don't need to put that in. But, and then it actually has deck pages over here. So you have even more information, recent information as well. Like he said, it's usually pretty, you know, as of today, unless there's any new endorsement that went through. So yeah. Again, I could probably go on, but that's just kind of a quick summary about that. And then you'll even see like if they haven't completed it. So I pulled all of ours earlier, but you can filter it to where you want to see just completed. It'll process those out. I'm an admin in here, so I can see all of our teams. But if it was just a team member's login, they just see theirs. However, you can share any Canopy Connect pool to any of your team members. So hope that was helpful. I'm not keeping up with chat questions if there's some.
You are good. Any data points map back to InsuredMine? Yeah, so just I'll go ahead and take a gander at it here. So this is an example of a Canopy Connect link that's been sent out already. We've pulled this data back from Canopy Connect where you've seen their carrier, their category, their effective date, premium expiration date. That's all pulled into InsuredMine. And then if I want to create a deal from that, I can do that, and that information would drop in there. So there was another question live about email and texting. So I'll just show kind of here, if I'm starting with a net new contact, or I'm starting with a net new deal card, I can do this all over the platform, but you'll notice here, there is the Canopy Connect section, and there's not currently any data in there. So the first place that an email and text would occur is from this, where I can say, all right, I want to send out this link, and I can send it out as an email or text message. That fires out. We have templates from that, or you can build your own, and I'm going to go ahead and send that out. So this is how they'd receive it. If you were listening earlier, somebody had a question around templates. You just want to kind of preface this ahead of time that it's coming, and that they should be filling it out. From there, I should get an email, assuming I put the right information in. Give it a sec. We do. When you create the deal card, does it backfill into the agency management system? Good question. When does it pull endorsements? So I did just get this link. I'm going to fill this out, and then Wells, I will get to your question. So we've got this click here link. Typically I would go into Canopy Connect, and if I'm an end user, I'm really just putting in my logins in. So I just hit State Farm, I find my carrier, I put in my information, and it's going to successfully retrieve that information from the carrier API through Canopy Connect. 5.6 seconds. I think that was right on. And then in real time, if I go back to this, you'll notice this deal card that I had open is already populated with all that insurance information. It was as quick as can be, where now I could see it. So Wells, I could then create a deal card from here. If we have contacts and accounts syncing into the agency management system, it can sync automatically, or you can, if you have the manual button turned on, it can sync to your AMS when you click the button. But you know, this is now live. So somebody might want to create a deal card out of this. I can hit add deal. I can put it in the right pipeline, the right stage, make sure I have all my information. Now that's a live deal card in my pipeline. Somebody earlier again had questions about email and text message. If I'm creating a deal card out of this, either manually or automatically, these automations now can kick out. Hey, you filled out Canopy Connect. Great. Here's what you should expect over the next 24 to 48 hours. We're going to get you a quote or whatever it may be. You can start sending out automations based on that. And then whenever you look, you'll, on this deal card that you've created, that Canopy Connect information obviously lives here as well. With any of the other information you start putting on it, like notes, tasks, emails, all that fun stuff. Can this be incorporated into existing InsuredMine marketing campaigns? Curtis, it's a good question. I'm not, I would have to understand how you want to use it a little bit more. Does this also generate leads with the plan you're selling? You wouldn't necessarily purchase leads from Canopy Connect or InsuredMine. Maybe I'm not understanding that correct, Ray?
Yeah, we sometimes people think that we are a like lead gen company. So so we get some of that confusion. We don't actually generate leads. We're not selling leads. And in fact, we don't do anything with the data that we do pull in. So there's no selling of that data as well. So yeah, we kind of covering a couple of the questions that came in as far as the marketing campaigns go as well. Like if you have innovative or interesting use cases, right? Maybe you're running a periodic campaign where you're doing a giveaway or something like that, right? You can use Canopy Connect as that mechanism to capture the lead. In fact, yeah, I like using the example of running a raffle or something or a giveaway in exchange for a complimentary policy review, right? And that gives them a reason of why do I need to connect my insurance information and share that with you. Well, that's kind of the gateway to enter and also do the policy review, and you can trigger all these things. So at the end of the day, Canopy Connect, when you send it out, it's just a link. So whether that's through your email, through your text, through a campaign, like you're not going to get the same uptake as someone that actually just like requested a quote, because now you're dealing with a different segment, right? You're dealing with like a marketing campaign, and those results are usually not going to be super high in the sense of as high as like a quote request response, obviously, right? If you get a 2%, 5% response rate on a marketing campaign, like that's fantastic. So yeah, hopefully that helps.
I think I'll just chime in too real quick to help with the kind of the links and the campaigns. Maybe this is helpful. So we have automation within our pipelines. Each producer has their own pipeline. They have their own automation being sent out. All pretty much the same type of automation, but we do have Canopy Connect links within that automation. So for example, like a follow-up, hey, I received your information, haven't been able to connect with you. Let's, we'd be happy to help you with this quote, follow this link. And it's the Canopy Connect link. But we can also place those links in any automation, X-Date automation, cross-sell automation. Cross-sell automation is a great one to do it with. And like he said, just any random campaigns you have. And then, Tucker, you probably answered this better from Deanna about when you create a deal card in InsuredMine, can the text or email be automated within creating a prospect? I think that is one suggestion I said like immediately when this integration came out. I was like, it would be awesome if when we create a deal card that Canopy Connect button is on that deal card. So I did suggest that. I probably annoy InsuredMine too much with my suggestions.
We love it, Whitney, but I'm not the guy who builds it.
Yeah.
So I know that's in the works. It's in our pipeline request. So yeah, the larger issue is always being able to connect it back to where it came from, right? So if you have a contact, you need to be able to match it up appropriately. So if you're just dropping this link in random places, you can definitely send it out. We just have to find out where it came from. So something that we're working on for sure, but you can drop that link. Like the link that I just copied is a link that can be sent out. That was the one that triggered the email earlier and would trigger a text message. Yeah. We just put some snippet at the end to show who it is if it comes from InsuredMine. So
yeah. And I guess a way to bypass that is after you create the deal card, it pops up those automations that you already have set. Correct. So you can create an extra one where you toggle on or off which, automation you want sent out. So you can just create yes, to where it'll ask you. Yep. And yeah, you just toggle which one you want on or off. Yeah. So that would be to where you can bypass not having that Canopy Connect in that first creation stage, I guess.
Yeah, this you saw me just drag into the next stage, and then it's popping up. This could be an email that has a Canopy Connect link in it. So on any of these, I would be able to come in and drop this in. I just put the link in here, wherever it may go, and then that would work accordingly.
Yeah.
The other question from Yolanda: can the data collected be automatically integrated to a rater? Yes. So Canopy Connect natively has integrations with, I believe, Turbo Rater, Quote Rush.
PL Rating, Easy Links Rater, Quote Rush, Turbo Rater's coming soon.
Okay.
So you can either do it directly from Canopy Connect to push to those raters, or you can send it through InsuredMine and connect to however you do it in InsuredMine.
Yep. So a couple different ways to tackle that. Is pricing same on website? I would imagine your pricing is up to date, or Ray, as head of marketing, is not doing his job.
Yeah, our pricing is the same as what's on the website. The one thing to note is this works on the Agency Plus plan and up. There's an Agency Starter plan where integrations are not included on. That's kind of our kind of stripped down, bare bones version for the price conscious. But Agency Plus is kind of the plan that's got all the full features and bells and whistles.
Well, but John Gardner, I don't see InsuredMine listed on the integration tab in Canopy Connect. Do we need to do anything in Canopy or just an InsuredMine? There was another question earlier about how to set it up. So I believe you just come into settings and then sorry, I've got stuff all over my screen. I need to move it around. And then I believe you just come into the integrations tab. You should see Canopy Connect here. You would be able to just put in your team ID, client secret ID, and connect it from there. Whitney, was it pretty easy for you, or?
Yeah, I did hop on a quick call. They had to do one other thing. I think that InsuredMine just wanted to do on their end, but it took 2 seconds. It wasn't anything big. So yeah, it's super easy. Y'all have a video out there that does the first steps, and that might have just been when it first came out, a month ago. It might not be that way anymore.
I think I think you were our guinea pig, and we figured something out with you. For anybody, there's a knowledge-based article. If you just type in Canopy Connect InsuredMine, it's on I think both of our websites that you would be able to find it. But on InsuredMine, it'll walk you step by step on how to set it up. Greg Martin, is there a list of carriers that are integrated? Ray, do you have a list on your website or anywhere that?
If you email me afterwards, I can send you over a list. We've got over 300 personal lines carriers and 200 commercial carriers, so it's a lot, but I can send that over to you if you email me, ray@usecanopy.com.
I feel like if the carrier has an online login, then you're probably connected.
Yeah, I mean we've been at this for a
personal
while
anyway.
Yeah, so like we can add like 20 new carriers and it wouldn't change my spiel about 95-96% coverage on like auto insurance. Like we've got, we're at the super long tail of it for the most part. And look, if there's been some carriers like real local regional carriers that do pop up, you can always like let our support team know just through our little chat bubble in Canopy Connect, and we usually get those added within like a day or two.
Greg says he is in Florida. It seems, yes, you are unique, Greg, in many ways, my friend.
Georgia's right behind you.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so thanks. What about Epic Quotes Writer? Would this be coming anytime soon? On our end, we're just working through the applied Epic integration right now, trying to improve that. Just take some time with applied. Ray, anything on
same story here. We are working to get an integration with applied Epic specifically, and applied Epic Rater. I do not have a firm timeline on that. And it's more out of our hands as far as the timeline goes on it.
I hear you on that, right? Does each agent need to connect Canopy to their IM account or just the admin of the agency? Whitney, how did that work?
Just the admin. Easy peasy. Yep.
Anonymous attendee. Wow. Okay. One of our
At least that was the only question.
Right. Okay. We answered that live. We answered that live. Where's the client secret ID located? I see the team ID and client ID, but not the secret ID. That's why it's a secret, John. Ray, do you know where the secret code is?
For the admin, I'm literally like looking it up real
No,
time.
I'd have to watch the video again. There's a video. I think if you watch the video, it was pretty easy, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'll tell you the best way to do it here is when you go to Canopy Connect, hit the chat bubble, and someone will tell you what it is. That's
Sandy
So
said it's
equal to
probably
this
Russian.
in Canopy.
I get to be the marketing guy. Yeah.
Yeah. John, your CSM could also help you, I'm sure, if you want to shoot a quick note. Sorry, we can't answer that live. Okay, we got some great questions rolling in, just trying to keep up. Answer live, did that one. Cool. It's probably Russian, Sandy. Yeah, love it. Totally. Anything bad is Tucker, what is your email? My email is just tucker@insuredmine.com. And anybody can email me and ask anything you need. Ray at Canopy. I'll just put mine in here. Good stuff. So
if you don't have either tool, email them.
I did not even pay Whitney to say that.
Nope. They don't have to pay me. Great tools.
So what's next for y'all, Ray? What's your closing remarks here for the audience?
Yeah, I mean, get this thing connected. We've worked with a lot of partners and we've got a lot of integrations going on. I think what has been built by the InsuredMine team is probably one of our better, faster, deeper integrations, because there is, like, I was impressed by how quickly the data comes through back into InsuredMine. And technically, like, once you have everything set up in Canopy Connect, like, if you wanted to, you can just kind of live fully in InsuredMine and just use Canopy Connect as, sort of infrastructure to pull that data back through. So because you guys have actually mapped most of, I think, the data fields that we pull in get pulled over there. So it's all kind of in sync. And then, if for whatever reason, like, you need to jump back over to Canopy Connect to like find maybe something that's not there, which I think most of the stuff that we surface on our dashboard is all mapped over. I think that was an intentional decision that you guys did in the integration. So I think it was fantastic. So kudos to your dev team for building such a good and fast integration. But yeah, go out and get Canopy Connect if you're not using it. And if you're using Canopy Connect and you're not using InsuredMine, and you're looking for a fast CRM that's super, responsive, I think, to development and improvements and feedback, I think great option.
Love it. Kate is asking, but does CC then dumper speak to easy links to the writer? Right.
Yeah, to the easy links rater, we push information straight over there. Setup is kind of a similar process. It takes maybe a minute.
Awesome. Well, we are at our time today. Wonderful questions from everybody. Ray and Whitney, thanks so much for joining me. Always a pleasure to work with both of you. We did record this webinar. It will be sent to you if you signed up. Does this work on DP policies as well? From Greg?
What is a DP policy would be my first question.
I have no idea. Yes, recording a landlord.
Landlord.
Calling fire. I thought he was thinking.
Yeah, it would work. It would work similarly.
Sweet. We can stay for a second here if there's any more questions, but also feel free to email me and Ray. Our emails are in the chat there. We're happy to help. I can send out demo videos, knowledge base articles to anybody that needs them. I'm sure either team would be willing to hop on and chat with you one-on-one if you have any questions. Our goal at InsuredMine is just to continue to integrate to partners like Canopy Connect and then help you pass that data to the right places. So this is a really fun one for us. We're looking forward to working with more people on it. And thanks everybody for the time.
Yeah. Thank you
All right,
all.
thanks, guys.
Also, if you have any questions on the agency side, I'm always happy to answer. As far as these tools, I know sometimes it's nice to speak to another agency person. So, but yeah, this was fun. Love these tools.
You're the bomb.com, Whitney.
Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Whitney.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Tucker.
Y'all have a great day.
See ya.
Bye.